All right, so I want to go over really quick how this new lead sheet works. All of these down here, so new lead, follow up, under contract, drop contract, close, and not a deal, are basically going to help you keep track of your leads. Once you start talking to sellers and if they're interested in doing business with you. So all you would basically do, just always make sure that your name column is always filled out. This is going to help it convert back and forth between these folders down here. And you would just basically input all this information. You can actually link this sheet up with Mojo. I've heard of a few wholesalers being actually able to do this, but the only difference is this one's actually created to link up with Mojo in a way that Mojo is kind of like built out. So you would just put in your name, phone number, address, city, state, zip, county, the type of building it is. So if it's a quad, 10 unit, duplex, SFR, triplex, pretty much anything that fits within that criteria. Bed, bath, square feet, year built, lot size, notes. And then over here, we get kind of to I like to call this the rent calculator. This will let you know if this is going to be good for a rental or not, and if you want to hold on to it, or if you know you'll actually be able to move this deal to somebody who is looking for rentals. So let's say they have an asking price for $50,000. You know that you can get rid of this for $80,000 based on the ARV. So the ARV is $140,000, and it only needs $15,000 in repair. So you know you can get rid of this. Maybe not. Depends on your buyers. So the rents will come out to about $2,800 a month. And let's say you know all this information already. This is stuff you kind of want to do in your own due diligence. But again, this is all based on what your buyers are looking for, or if they already do this on their part or not. Up to you, completely up to you. So let's say the insurance $54 a month, water is $13, sewer and trash is $15 a month, and taxes on this are $3,800 a year. Tenant pays for their own electric, and they've just put away some miscellaneous money every month for their for whatever reason. I've seen this with certain sellers. They'll just have like a miscellaneous column and just put some numbers in there just to put away. And their CapEx, maintenance, property management, vacancy, say around like 5%. The repairs are about $15,000. And then over here, let's say they do want to do seller financing with this deal. So they have a down payment of $15,000, monthly payment of $800, and closing costs are going to be right around $1,500. Over here, this is going to let you know, everything over here in green is going to let you know if this is going to be a good deal or if this is not going to be a good deal. Right now, this column looks like it's a smoking deal. So your expenses are only about $738 a month. Profit, if they were to buy this in cash, which you can see right over here, have the columns laid out if they were to cash or finance it. So their net operating income is going to be about $2,061 a month. And if they were to own or finance it, it'd be about $1,200 or $1,261 a month. The rent to value is going to be about 3.5%. Cap rate's about 30%. ROI is a 25.63% if they were to buy this in cash. But if they were to finance it, they would be making 48% on their money per year. And the best part is the seller gets what they want. The buyer is able to make a 48% return on their money if they were to finance this. And their cash on cash return would be about 35% or 30%. And you would also make a $30,000 wholesale fee off of this. This would let me know this is a great deal. I would get this under contract if you and the seller are able to come to terms. And if all the numbers work out right, I put this under contract in a snap. So once you put that under contract, basically it's going to move it to the under contract folder over here. So that way you'll actually be able to keep up with your sellers and all their information still loading. And there you go. So I basically have to just work out this column right here. I deleted the equity portion of it because that's more so for buyers if they want to be able to do that themselves. So, and just need to move this right over here. As you can see, I'm already working just to do a little bit more. There we go. Just to do a little bit more. And so let's say you have a deal that's not good. So over here we got Kim. She has a property in Indianapolis, Indiana. She wants a 2.5 for it. You can get rid of this for about 2.56. The ARV is about 4.5 million. The rents are bringing in about $45,000 or $40,000 a month. Your total expenses are going to be about $15,000. And let's say she wants to owner finance this. So owner financing, she would get $750,000 down. That's going to be split between you and her, depending on what you guys work out as your terms. And then obviously your wholesale fee is basically going to come from this. So, $750 minus your wholesale fee is what the amount that you're going to give her. So that'd be about $690,000. She would walk away with that closing. As far as the down payment, you would get the other $60,000. That'd be your wholesale fee. Monthly payment's going to be about $9,000 a month. As you can see right over here, it follows the 1% rule, almost 2%, has 11.3% cap rate. And ROI cash, if they were to buy this full thing in cash, it'd be about 10%. And if they were to finance it, it'd be 20%. Personally, for me, I don't like these numbers. They're good enough numbers. Somebody would probably jump on this, but it would probably be a little bit more of a headache to get rid of because, inspections and so forth and all that. If you have a smoking deal, like something right here, for the one that's like a 48% return, buyers are going to jump all over that. You'll have multiple offers and probably get it sold in less than an hour. Who knows? So their cash on cash is going to be about 11.26. I know I could probably move this. So I would put this under contract. I know I'd probably have a little bit more of a rough time because I have buyers who love ROIs higher than 20%, especially if they're going to finance it. So I would put it under contract and probably find a new buyer who would accept this for something that for an ROI, cap rate, rent to value, and cash on cash that around those numbers. So let's say you have this deal. This deal does not seem like it's the best deal in the world. So we have a duplex. It's in Charleston. Buyer wants the seller's asking 120. Buyer, you would sell it for 130 to make a $10,000 wholesale fee. And the ARV is about 195,000. It rents out for $1,400 a month. And they're going to be buying this in all cash. The seller is not willing to accept owner financing. And it needs about $16,000 in repairs. So right over here, you can already see if somebody wants to make $848 a month on this property, great. But personally, I don't have any buyers who would want this deal. So this would not make it a great deal for me. And it'd be more of a headache to move. As wholesalers, we like to move things pretty fast and efficiently because we're doing the seller a service by promising them a quick close. The closing cost would be about $1,300. And right over here, it follows the 1% rule. That is great. But as you can see, the cap rate is really low. So the cap rate is only 7.8%. The ROI on this is only 6.9%. It's not high at all. This is not the greatest deal. This is going to be a headache to move. And then the cash on cash is really low as well. It's below 8%. Typically 8% or above is the golden thumb rule. But again, I don't have buyers that like to follow that. They typically like, anything over 8% or over like 10% or whatever. And then you would get a wholesale fee of like $10,000. For me personally, I would not do this deal. So I would either put this on a follow-up, or if the seller is really stern on their price and they don't want to move and you just tried every single thing in the book, you have tried negotiating, you have tried to give them what they want, and they're just still not budging, you can put this under not a deal and move it over to the not a deal folder. If everything wants to load for me. I don't think anything wants to load for me today. Let's do this. Put it under new lead and put it under not a deal. There we go. So it'll automatically move it over to a not a deal folder. And then bam, there you go. So just in case you ever do want to follow up with these people down the line, say you want to follow up 6 months, a year, and see if they reconsider their price, you're able to do that and just be able to keep up with your leads. So I know this video is a little bit lengthy. I hope this helps you figure out, how to actually use this sheet. It's really not too hard. Once you really start to get the hang of it, everything can be automatically done through Zapier, which is, let's see right here. Zapier is a really good program that I love to use for automation between Mojo and my Google Sheets. So you'll actually be able to set up Mojo whenever you click certain triggers in Mojo. It'll be able to import it right over here to your lead sheet. So that way you have everything in the palm of your hand. So I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and let's get some more deals done.